get into all the creases and kinks of your body in this fluid yoga flow that will help you feel into your healing. We'll begin today in Thunderbolt pose, sitting back on your heels, your knees together. If this feels uncomfortable or after a while your ankles start to pinch a little bit here, you can always choose to sit on a block between your legs as well. I invite you to bring your hands to your belly. And as you inhale, fill your belly like a balloon, and maybe you even notice your hands rising as your belly fills. Exhale, hands fall as your belly button pulls back in towards the back of your spine. Inhale, breathe deeply into your low belly. Fill this space with air. Exhale to release the air. Once more. Guide your hands up to the sides of your rib cage. This inhale, send your ribs to the left and right as you fill the midsection of your torso. Exhale, pull your ribs back together like you're squeezing the air out. Inhale to fill, maybe even notice your hands floating side to side as you fill. Exhale to release. Once more. Now guide your hands up towards your chest, just below your collarbones. As you inhale, invite the air up into your chest like you're trying to puff your heart out. Exhale, allow this area to collapse. Twice more. Paying attention to how your hands rise and fall with your breath. Release your hands down towards your thighs. Invite the breath to fill all three areas, belly, ribs, and chest. Inhale deeply, fill all the way towards the top. Exhale to release out through the nose. And do your best to keep this fullness of your breath through the entire practice today. Move your prop off to the side if you're using one. Come forward onto your hands and knees, tabletop position. Shoulders stack over wrists, hips over knees. Option to keep the toes tucked or untucked. Inhale as you open front side of body into cow pose. Stretch through the neck, the entire front side of the belly. Exhale, belly button pulls in and up as you round, tailbone on top of head, point towards the mat. Stretch the back side of your body. Inhale, focus on sending tailbone and top of head up towards the sky. Exhale, round. Pull the chin in slightly as you press into that spot between your shoulder blades. A few more rounds on your own with your breath. Maybe you choose to roll your shoulders a little bit, get into any creases and cracks your body might be craving today. Your next inhale, come to a neutral position, flat back. Take some cat-cows from side to side. Do this by bending into your right side and looking over your right shoulder towards your right hip, like you're trying to stick your left ribs out towards the left. Journey through center as you move over towards the left. Gaze looks towards your left hip, stick right hand side of ribcage out. Keep this up, moving a little bit from side to side, seeing how much you can shift your rib cage from left to right. Maybe even stick your hip out a little bit as well. And then come back to center. Straight spine as you tuck your toes. Keep a long spine as you lift your hips up and back. Keep a big bend into your knees, downward facing dog. Press firmly into your palms. Plug your shoulders into their sockets and then widen them. Guide your heart space towards your thighs. Maybe now you choose to press your heels a little bit closer towards the ground or walk out your dog as you stretch through the back side of your body. Still the legs as you walk your hands and your feet towards each other. Land in a forward fold in the middle of your mat. Inhale as you slowly begin your roll up all the way up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Once you reach the top, maybe you roll your shoulders a few times. Maybe you shake your head yes or no, loosening through the neck. Then plant firmly through your feet. Lift through your inner arches as you spread your toes wide. Really create a strong foundation here. Inhale, fingertips reach out towards the side and up. Right hand comes to grab hold of left wrist. Imagine you're pulling up onto your left wrist and over as you side bend over towards the right. Notice if you stick your left hip out, can you guide it back in line? Your hips don't move, it's just your torso that's bending. Now continue to bend as far as you can go towards the right until you can't anymore. Then fold forward over your legs and continue the circle over towards the left. Hands are still attached as you reach towards the left and back up. Sundial. Continue all the way over towards the right bend as then you dive forward, then reaching over towards the left. Once more, full circle, maybe even close down your eyes and just let your body guide you into this movement. As you come back to center, reach the fingertips up as you separate the hands. Left hand grabs hold of right wrist, pull it up and away and over. Find your side bend here for a breath or two first. Continue to plant firmly into your feet. Your foundation is still so strong as then you move even more towards the left before folding forward. Keeping a big bend in your knees here can be really helpful to keep yourself secure as well. And continue until you've done 3 full sundials, really getting into your sides, your hips. And when you come back to the top for the last time, fingertips reach even farther up towards the sky. Notice the space that you have in your ribs, your torso. Exhale your hands to just below your bum, like you're almost trying to cup your bum. Inhale, top of head and heart reach up towards the sky. Keep this length of your spine as then you begin to fold forward. Stopping in a flat back, your hands run down the backs of your thighs into the back of your knees. Inhale, top of head reaches forward, lengthen through the back of your heart space as you plug your shoulders down and out, widen through the back of your heart. On your next exhale, hands continue to travel all the way down the backs of your legs into a forward fold. Walk your hands and your feet out until you land in a downward dog once more. Take a big step forward with your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Allow your left knee to melt towards the mat. Option to untuck your back toes. Your hands are inside your right foot. Push firmly into your palms as you lift your chest up towards the sky. See how long you can get. Exhale, bend into your elbows. Melt your chest down towards the mat like you're bowing forward. Inhale, lift the chest, head up towards the sky. Gaze looks forward. Exhale, bow down. Allow your spine to round. Once more. Inhale, come back up. This time, rock your hips back in space. Half splits, your right leg will stay wide. Maybe you push your right heel forward slightly, or it might feel nice to pull it back a little bit. Plug your right hip into its socket. Walk your hands forward, and maybe you play with sending your hands to the other side of your right leg. So again, you've got this curve in the left side of your torso. Send your breath into this area of your torso. Like the breath's moving to the left and right, exhale to release. Stay here. Inhale, release your hands back towards the left side of your leg. Walk your hands forward as you shift forward. Kickstand your left leg out towards the side so your foot comes off the mat, and send your right leg towards the back of your mat so it lands parallel and is long with the back of your mat. Inhale, lift your right hand off of the ground. Spiral your chest up towards the sky. Shoulders are stacked over your left wrist. Right fingertips continue this long line from your mat all the way up towards the sky. Inhale, reach your right fingertips towards the top of your mat. Then maybe you bend into your elbow. Continue to spiral your chest up towards the sky as you begin to draw circles with your arm. Your arm may reach forward, then all the way back towards the top of the mat before you bend your elbow again. Maybe you choose to keep your arm long. Just playing with the fluidity of this movement, moving into your shoulders, getting into all the angles that it may like. Inhale, return to your arm reaching long to the top of mat. Float your right foot off the mat, flex your foot. Exhale, think of an oblique crunch as you guide your right elbow towards your right knee. Inhale, extend long, create a long line from your fingertips all the way down to the edge of your right foot. Exhale, come back into a tabletop position before you push back and up, downward facing dog. Take a big step forward to the outside of your left hand with your left foot. Right knee releases down towards the mat, lizard pose. Inhale, spread your fingertips wide as you press into the mat. Lift your chest up. Exhale, bow forward, spine completely rounds as much as you would like. 2 more with your breath. This time you return to your chest lifted. Send your hips back, half splits. Strong flex of the left foot. Imagine your toes pulling towards your chest. Option to stay here or play with walking your hands to the left side of your left leg. Explore what angles feel like in your body. This is really good for your fascia, your deep muscle tissue. It loves angles. Return your hands back to the inside of your legs. Walk forward, kickstand your right leg out towards the side this time. Step your left foot towards the back of the mat. Side plank with your knee on the ground. Right hand presses into the mat. Peel your chest open as left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Your next inhale, reach as far as you can towards the top of the mat with your fingertips. Maybe even pop your left ribs a little bit up towards the sky. Exhale, option to bend into your left elbow and create circles for your shoulder. Our shoulders do so much for us, but especially in yoga, we tend to be quite rigid with our poses. So giving ourselves some space to play can really help lubricate the joints, get into the areas that the muscles don't normally get to. Fingertips reach back towards the top of the mat, flex into your left foot. as you float it off of the mat. Long line the entire left-hand side of your body. Exhale, oblique crunch, elbow to knee, just testing what it feels like to get small into this area. Before you then inhale, re-expand fingertips and edge of left foot as far away from each other as you can. Exhale, return to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right toes sweep up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, guide your knee into your chest as your shoulders shift over your wrists. Plant your right foot between your hands. Inhale, open chest towards the sky as right hand reaches up, easy twist. Keep your hand up towards the sky and shimmy your right foot down until it's just in front of your belly or your hips, wherever feels comfortable. Inhale, send the right hand side of your hip up towards the sky as you press firmly into left hand. Arch your right arm over so you create a rainbow-like shape with the right side of your body. Exhale, dip your left hip towards the mat. Hover as you reach your right arm towards the back of the mat. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale to create a rainbow shape. Right hip reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, left hip towards the mat. Reach your right arm long towards the back. You got it. Once more. Here comes the change. This time you lift back up into that arching shape. Both hands towards or inside your right foot, and then walk towards the left edge of your mat. Toes, pigeon toes, slightly pointing towards each other. Wide-legged forward fold to the left edge of your mat. Press your palms underneath your shoulders as you inhale. Lengthen your spine, flat back here. Top of head reaches forward. Exhale, release your spine down. Top of head becomes heavy towards the mat. We'll ripple like that twice more. Inhale, lengthen spine, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, delve forward, thighs roll inwards. Once more. Inhale, reaching your ribs out and away from your hips. Exhale to completely melt forward. Inhale, return to a flat back. Toes point out left and right. Send your weight over into the right foot. Lengthen the left leg. Flex the foot. Skandasana. Drop your hips towards the ground. If you need to stay high on your right toes, it is okay. Or if you just end up in a lunge, that is perfectly okay too. Option to bring your hands to your heart space. Or right hand down towards the mat, left fingertips reach up towards the sky as heart spirals open towards the left. Skater pose. Place your hands on the mat in front of you. Bend into your left knee as you walk towards the back of the mat. So you end in a lunge-like position. Right heel pushes back in space. Right knee is off the mat. Then heel toe your left foot over towards the right edge of your mat, prepping for pigeon pose. Your left shin will land on the mat on an angle, not aiming to have it fully parallel with the mat here. And then walk your right toes back in space, right hip flexor melts towards the mat, hands in front of your left shin. As you inhale, chest lifts up towards the sky. Maybe you even press into your fingertips, reaching to get a little bit taller. Exhale, wave your spine down, reaching the top of your head as far forward as you can until you come to rest. Maybe you create fists and stack your head on your fists. Maybe you stack your palms and rest your head on the back of your hands. Draw your left hip back in space, your right forward to square the hips. And send your breath to where you feel the most tightness. This might be into your left hip, maybe into your shoulders. Maybe it's somewhere else entirely. Take 2 to 3 more breaths to explore. Draw your hands underneath your shoulders. Use the pressure of your palms to help push your upper body back up off the ground. Then rock over your weight into your left hip so you sit back onto your left bum cheek and draw your left sole of foot to the inside of your right thigh. Walk your right fingertips all the way down the inside of your right leg as you reach your left fingertip up and over, finding that rainbow shape once more. This time your left hip is anchored into the ground. Notice if your left shoulder dips towards the ground, can you try and stack it over your right? Keep your chest, your rib cage open here. Breathe deeply into the sides of your torso, sending the air left and right. Inhale, left fingertips back up towards the sky. Draw your right foot in, soles of feet together into a butterfly position, knees wide. Hands on your ankles. Inhale, lengthen the spine once more. Find space between each vertebra as you reach up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, keeping a straight back as you do this. If you start forfeiting your straight back, stop, pause there. Inhale to find just a little bit more length. Exhale, now you round forward. Dip your forehead towards the ground. Chin into chest, slowly unfurl. Come to face the top of your mat. Tabletop, downward facing dog. Inhale, left toes reach up and back. Exhale, knee into chest as you shift forward. Plant your foot or carry it between your hands. Plant your right hand on the mat. Inhale, left fingertips leave the mat as they reach up towards the sky. Easy twist. Keep your right hand pushing firmly into the mat. Shimmy your left foot down to about halfway. Inhale, now your left hip, the outside of your hip, reaches up towards the sky as your left fingertips help to create this rainbow-like shape with the left-hand side of your body. Exhale, dip your right hip towards the mat, left fingertips reach towards the back of the mat. Spread your fingers wide. We're active here. 2 more. Inhale. Arch through left-hand side of body. Lift the left hip as high as you can. Exhale, dip towards the mat. Do your best not to rest here. Stay active. Once more. Here comes the change on this side. Find that rainbow shape once more. Then both hands to the inside of your left foot. Continue walking them all the way over to the right edge of your mat. Pigeon toe your feet together. Or your pigeon toe your feet so your toes are pointing slightly in as you fold forward, wide-legged forward fold. Option here to use your peace fingers, your first and your second finger. Hook them around your toes and gently guide your elbows out towards the side as the top of your head reaches towards the mat. This may help you find some length or release in the back. Release your hands to back underneath your face. Then send your toes out towards the side and bend into your left knee, Skandasana, left hand side. Your right leg becomes long as you flex the toes towards you. Option here to be on your toes, your heel press into the mat, or lunge-like position. And if it feels comfortable, do so. Bring your hands towards your heart space. Press your heart into your hands to help you lift up. Or option to invite a little bit of a twist, left hand towards the mat on the inside of your left thigh, right fingertips reach up towards the sky, gaze may follow. Both hands towards the mat. Walk towards the back of the mat as you bend into your right knee. Find a lunge position with your left heel driving back in space. Left knee is off the mat. You may need to walk your hands slightly forward as you heel toe your right foot to the left edge of your mat. When you can no longer walk it across, release your shin towards the mat, right glute towards the mat as left toes walk back out in space, pigeon. Fingertips or palms press into the mat. Continue to find length in your spine. Continue to keep that length as you walk your hands forward and you melt over your right shin. Imagine your shoulder blades are like butter. Two sticks of butter melting away from each other as they warm. Draw your hands under your shoulders. Push yourself back up. Send your weight over into your right hip so you sit back, keep your left leg long. Sole of right foot draws into your inner left thigh. Walk your left fingertips down along the inside of left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Find that rainbow shape. Inhale, breathe into your ribs. Imagine each rib separating farther apart like an accordion opening. Exhale to release. Stay in the pose. Inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Extend both legs out now, long. Inhale, press your fingertips into the mat in front of you as you reach top of head towards the sky. Flex your feet as you hinge from your hips, keeping that straight back, just like we did in butterfly before. When you can no longer keep a straight back, pause. Inhale once more. Exhale, now you round forward. Releasing towards the mat. No matter how close or far you are, it's the intention that matters. Begin to release from the pose, walking your hands back towards your inner thighs. Hands to the back of your thighs, help your legs together. Hug your knees in, dip your head towards your knees. Give yourself a hug, get as small as you can. Shift yourself just so you're facing the front of your mat. Fingertips reach forward, feet plant onto the ground. Create a C shape with your spine as you round forward and slowly lower the backside of your body all the way down to the mat. Once the back of your head touches down on the ground, extend your legs long. Kiss your shoulder blades together and release your arms wide from the sides of your body into Shavasana. Take a few breaths to allow it to slow. Release any holding or weight into the mat. You may have acted like water through this entire practice, but now the earth is holding you as you rest in stillness. Allow your breath to deepen. Invite movement into your fingertips and your toes. Roll out your ankles and your wrists as you slowly reawaken. As you inhale, reach your fingertips and your toes away from each other like you're taking a stretch, just waking up for the day. Exhale to release, maybe even sigh it out your mouth. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug for showing up, getting on the mat today. And then roll to your right hand side into fetal position. Your head rests on your bicep like a pillow. When you're ready, put yourself up into a comfortable seat. We'll meet there with our hands in prayer at our heart centers. Bow your head so your third eye meets your fingertips. And thank yourself for showing up on the mat today, for doing this act of self-love for your mind, body, and your soul. Lift your head back up. May you feel kind words. May you speak kind words. May you think kind words. Together, we bow forward and say thank you. Did you notice any release or opening in your body through the circular movements? How did it feel? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to support this channel. Until next time, have a fabulous day.